Okay, hello, my name is Larry and this is LWJ Visuals. You're on my channel and this is just another, I'm going to sit in front of the camera, I'm just going to chat for a moment video. I'm just going to talk. And what I'm talking about today is I'm talking about dealing with G.A.S. and that's acquired, G.A.S is gear acquired syndrome. Everybody does photography goes through it. I'm kind of going through it right now. I've had old gear for a number of years. I've had challenges just with my budget and just putting money, just having money, point blank. I have a family, I have kids, and I'm not going to get into the rant that people don't want to pay money for photography. I'm not getting to that rant, but it's a little bit hard and it's getting a little more difficult. It was difficult before AI, and I'm going to talk about AI very briefly for just one moment. I use AI. I don't really. My only problem with AI is I think AI is a tool, just like I think this camera is a tool. These are tools. This is not what. This is a hammer, a screwdriver. This is supposed to help you with your craft and what you do. This is not supposed to do the whole thing for you. That's my only problem I have with AI, is that people want it to do everything. They want it to do everything for you. People think that they tell something to put up a prompt, and that the prompt, they think they're doing something with writing a prompt. That you're stealing a lot of other people's stuff and compiling it and putting it together. And I don't know, man. You just put in the prompt. I mean, to me, it's almost the equivalent as if you went to you would go to a fast food place and you take credit for making the food. You didn't make the food, you just went there and put in an order, paid your money, and you got your food. That was it. Same when people were trying now to pass off AI as their stuff. So that's just my little rant on that. If you want something more analytical, there are plenty of guys on YouTube that are doing that. This is how I feel about it, and we're done with that because I use AI a lot in Photoshop. As a tool, I use it for denoise. I just told you I have an old camera right here. This is a Canon 7D, and it is a great little ASPC camera. It's a beast of that kind of camera. It has the same function, same chip as its other brethren that are the 5Ds. So literally same processing chip, same processing technology, same tracking for eye tracking and all that stuff on there. If you want to track stuff with this little piece handle here, you can track it with that, so that is great. You can do the same thing with the big boy ones, the full frame version. So it's the same thing. So it's a nice camera. It's solid magnesium body. I love it. I've dropped it a million times. It hasn't broken. Great cameras. And I can have this pack on here, this battery pack, this grip. I can shoot all day just with this grip. And when I mean all day, I can do an 8-hour day. I haven't done one yet, but I've had the camera with me like 8 hours. I know I've done like 4 days, but I've just not 4 days, but just 4 hours easily. And the battery hasn't gone down yet at all. So it's a troop of a camera, but it's getting old. And it's time to buy a new camera. And my way of usually beating G.A.S is I try to say to myself, what does the new camera do that my old one can't do? Now, for still cameras, for shooting stills, no, I don't see any real need with the newer cameras. They're great. I like them because they're pixel dense, so you get a lot more pixels to crop in the images. Although I kind of feel like you need to do that when you're shooting instead, to crop into the images. That just seems more logical to me. They have a lot of great fun. I like the focus systems on them are awesome. You know, the eye tracking is amazing. They have a lot of great functions, Wi-Fi in them. There are a lot of great cool stuff to, make things. I'll say that they have cool features. They don't have many benefits that really. They only have one benefit that makes them better than a DSLR. The one benefit they have is video. DSLR video, it sucks. It's point blank. I've seen it firsthand. A person pulls out a Sony, you have a Nikon, Canon, whatever it is. Not so much with the mirrorless now, not so much, but with DSLRs compared, yeah, I'm shooting with a DSLR now, and it's okay, but I don't have that many options. It's 8-bit. We have 8-bit, and I'm going to do this at 709 rec. That's it. So as far as exposure and lighting goes, I have to get all of that done in the camera. You know, this is how I have to do it. I have to do it in camera. So I can't pull and push and prod. No. Get that exposure, get your lighting and all that to look right in the camera. You have a little bit of leeway in DaVinci Resolve, a little bit, very little. You have a little bit, and you can get some amazing things with a LUT in 709 rec. And I would say stop there, stop at the LUT, but you're not going to do a lot of pulling and pushing to this image and pulling it apart and doing that stuff. You need at least 10 bits, and all the new cameras do 10-bit recording. They do 4K. I'm not that fond of 4K, but it's nice to have it if you need it. I mean, I'm not that fond of it because I can take this 1080p image off this machine. Yes, it's 709 rec, but I can take it from there, and then I can do an upscale and upscale it to a passable 2K. Not passable 2K, a passable 4K, and definite, just high definition 2K image over 1080p, which is not saying much. But most people can't tell the difference, in my opinion, from 1080p to 4K. Can't tell the difference between 4K from 6K. And then when you get up to 8K and higher, nobody has a TV, no radio stations, I mean not radio stations, no TV stations are transmitting from that. So it's a null and void. That's something that's for camera nerds and people like to pixel peek and do that stuff. That's for them to get off on. And if you're doing full-length movies and series, then yes, you do need that extra oomph of data. You need it because for the things they have to do. They do a lot of pushing and pulling and taking things apart and a lot of post-production. So they need that. Me, I don't need that as much. But what I would like is I would like to be able to shoot at 10 bits. I would like the camera to go over. These cameras are older, so they only go at 30 minutes. Which is not bad. It's not the end of the world, but I would like to at least go over an hour on that. But right now, it's not bad. For doing what I'm doing now, YouTube video, it gets the job done. I'm just doing the talking head. And this is, to me, just a step up. I could do this with the camera phone. It's just a step up from the camera phone. I'm just old-fashioned. I just like DSLR better. So, you know, I look at G.A.S from a budget, you know, can I do what I need to do? Right now with my gear, it's a little tricky, but I can do what I need to do. I want to do talking head videos. I shoot people, so I want to maybe do some interview videos, and I can do all of this with. I have 2 Canon Rebels and I have 2 7Ds, and you can do all of that with 2 Canon Rebels. And I need to practice and work on that and get that concept down. I think it will be better for me, instead of sometimes worrying about a camera, it'd be better for me to get proof of concept and show that I can shoot and do an interview over whatever camera I have. Nobody cares what kind of camera I have. People care about the interviews. You know, a good example I'll give you is they might have been expensive back in the day. A lot of people don't like the guy, but the old Vlad TV, you know, he had a 1 camera setup similar to what I'm using. He was on the other end. The interview would be on my end, and he got rich off of that, just doing that. He got rich and had an empire. Enough people hate him. Enough now where he can pay people. They can argue about how much he's paying them now. So you just have to start. That's the main thing. And I think now that's how I pretty much get over kind of G.A.S. But it's hard because, especially when you look at YouTube, and I watch way too much YouTube. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to make more videos than I watch. So already today I've made 2 videos already, and I'm not gonna even do too much of these videos. I'm not editing, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just gonna put these out and be done. And I have 2 videos done, just get it done. And this is just me just talking and just doing rants just to get used to looking at the screen, not feeling silly. But back to the gas. I try and look at it from a budget kind of point of view on what really works. Some things are really nice, but you know, the internet people will have you believing you need certain things that people don't really need, you're going to pay for in the industry. And it just depends on what kind of marketing where you're trying to go to. So I do understand some people try to make themselves future proof with their gas, and I understand. I would like to do that too. I believe that you need to buy gear that will last you some time and get to know that gear and work with that gear and know it like the back of your hand. I do understand it now, the way the camera markets and everything goes now. They want you to buy gear every 3 months like a cell phone. Don't really agree with that because, you know, I just told you it's like a tool. You don't see a carpenter, you don't see mechanics changing out lug wrenches or screwdrivers in their sets every time a new one comes out. They usually keep those for years. I mean, they get some new stuff, but they usually keep them for years. So, no, that's mainly it. That's just how I kind of avoid gas, just thinking about it logically from a standpoint of money and what do I need to spend, what my gear does. And I am reaching the point where it's not really gas at this point. I'm reaching the point where I do need to purchase new gear, just not to be relevant, but I feel like it's holding me back a little bit where I'm trying to go. It makes things a little bit difficult. And to cut